Hey, BassGeek here, and do you like saving money on baits? Man, do I got one that's gonna save you a ton then. That's right, geeks, I know we all like to save money on baits, and we like to find baits that can be used multiple different ways. And that's no different from me. Now, I'm lucky enough because of you geeks that every once in a while when I see a good looking bait like this one, which I met these guys at the East Tennessee show in Knoxville, Tennessee, you need to make sure come January, you're gonna go check that out because it's pretty amazing. But this was one of them. I reached out to them. I asked them if they'd send me a few packs of them because I wanted to try them out and share what I thought about them with you guys. And what I think about them is I've got a 5-inch stick bait. I've got 2 3-inch Neds. I've got one that's a little over a Ned rig. I can do so many different things from Texas rigging this to wacky rigging this to Ned rigging this. It saves so much money and it catches fish as good as any. And if you like all those rigs and you like to save money, this thing's for you. So what am I talking about? I am talking about BassReaper Bait Company's Double Tap. Now what I love about this bait is it is a great stick bait. 5-inch bait, but you can see automatically you've got a couple of ends that you can cut off for Neds. You've got a middle that you can use for a little bit bigger Ned, or you can adjust the size on this thing. It's got a really unique design. They're kind of squared off, so you're going to really get a great action when it falls. And they come in some great colors. This is what I love about small bait companies, is the diversity of and unique design, because they have to find a problem that they may have on their local fishery, and it ends up helping all of us out. And this little bait is accomplishing just that. And geeks, if you stick around to the end of the video, I will show you a link to a wacky rig trick with this color right here that is pretty incredible. This is Watermelon Red Pearl. Next up is June Bug. Now the great thing about June Bug, something that I love, it's great in cold water for some reason, but everybody throws black or black and blue in dirty water. Pick up a June Bug, you'll be surprised. I always gotta have my go-to in the clear water that I fish, and that's Green Pumpkin Black Flake. Now we talked about this color when it's dirty, but it's also a really great color in clear water when you're either deeper or around a lot of cover, and that's Black Blue Flake. And another great color in clear water for me on an overcast day like today, Watermelon Red. So if you geeks know how to rig these wacky rig, now you know how I love to do it. And a lot of times I'll actually use this. This is the Angler Tungsten Ned Head. I'll use this as a weighted wacky. I will put a O-ring on here, but these things are super durable too. So a lot of times you can just rig them straight through the middle, and you've got a flick shake or a weighted wacky. Now, something else that I like to do, you can actually tear this off. So you can Texas rig this. If you want a smaller Texas rig, what you do is you just twist off one of these. So now you've got a great little finesse Ned rig. Now you've got a short stick bait or a big Ned rig, a mag Ned rig, or tear off the last side and you've got an exact little 3-inch Ned rig. Come through. Always make sure you come out the seam. And there you got it. Like I said, it makes a great Nico worm. It's very durable, and you can do so many different things with these, and they do stand up. So let's tie on my Angler Tungsten Ned. So I'm just going to tie the pit seam knot again. There we go. Come up through the top loop. Spin it around 5 to 6 times, tighten it, moisten, pull down, clip your tag, and rig your worm. So right now, basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and wacky rig this or flick shake it. Now this is what I love about using this is because I can do so much with it. Now they're normally still a little bit deeper on my lake because my lakes are, you know, right now even in this spot where we're at, it's about 8 foot visibility. So getting this down a little bit faster, a lot of times will get me more bites. But having this tied on will be a lot more versatile. So the rod, reel, and line combo I like to use for the flick shake or the weighted wacky is the TFO Tactical Elite. Now they don't make the Tactical Elite anymore, they make the Taction. So I'll put a link for that. It's a better rod, honestly. This is a 7'1" medium light fast action, so it can handle anywhere from an 1/8 to an ounce. That is a 1/4 ounce head that I've got on. I've got on my favorite Lew's spinning reel, not the low-end budget one if you haven't seen that video, but this is the Custom Pro, and it's an all aluminum body. Trust me, these things are really good. I think they retail for about $120, and it's probably my favorite spinning reel, to be honest with you. Now I've got that on there with my pink K9 braid, and I've got a 8-pound Pro 100 100% fluorocarbon leader from K9. Love that line. Check out that discount. Give it a try, guys. Now, a great thing about this setup right here is that you don't have to cut and retie. So you can start out with a weighted wacky. You can go to a Ned in 2-3 different sizes if you want to. That's why I like this. So for you guys that are bank anglers, or you're fishing out of somebody else's boat and you don't want to carry a lot of stuff, or you want to make changes on the fly, this is great because all I have to do is start with the weighted wacky, pop one of these off, go with a shorter straight tail worm, pop both those off, and you got a Ned. So you can do things on the fly without having to cut and retie. Now, you do want to adjust your weight depending on how deep you're fishing. So you may want to go weightless or the extreme small weight for your wacky rig. Now, since this is an exposed hook, I really do love to fish this around some rock, some very sparse cover, something that I'm going to be covering some ground with or dragging it, smooth bottom, and just really hopping this out there. I'm going to make a cast for me up to the visibility line. So if you can only see a foot, I'm going to cast up to about a foot of water. If it's 2 or 3, I'm going to cast out there about 3 or 4. That's where I'm going to start, and I'm going to let this worm drop. That's the key, letting it drop on slack line. And then the retrieve that I like, sometimes I'll just straight lift it off the bottom and let it fall again. Sometimes I'll just give it a couple of little hops and let it fall. Let that worm do its thing on the drop. Let it sit there for a minute, do the same thing again. Hook set's going to be straight up. You're going to reel down, you're going to bring it in. Since I'm using spinning gear right now, I'm either going to thumb this thing or I'm going to use my net. All right, geeks, I love things that are going to save me money, and this little worm does that for me. It'll save money for you too. Check it out and tell me what you think. If you've already tried it, tell me what you think about it in the comments below. I love to support the little guys, and they're definitely one of the little guys, but they're one of the good guys too. So go check out BassReaper Baits. The packaging alone is cool. Like I said, if you want to see my wacky rig trick video that should be great right now and well into the fall, go check this video out right here. Otherwise, questions, comments in the comment section below. Like it if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell. Join the 100% Watch Squad and help me live my dream. It's the best way to support the channel. And as always, you geeks rock.